Hey, welcome to the Sauby Island Fire District podcast, where we explore the people and traditions that keep our community safe. I'm your host, Chris Lake. Welcome back to the show. Today we're tackling the question that most people are probably wondering about. Why are fire engines red? It's one of those mysteries hiding in plain sight. We'll explore the history, the science, the psychology, and even some myths related to this iconic color. Some of the historic roots of red in the fire service. Back in the 1800s, a lot of communities wanted to stand out with their volunteer fire brigades. So red was often a lot cheaper and a lot more abundant. Back in 1908, Henry Ford would sell Model Ts, and he was famous for telling people that you can get a Model T in any color as long as it was black. So these fire brigades took pride in their engines. Even some of the towns would have competitions with the shiniest, who had the shiniest fire engine or fire wagon. I saw it back in the days. It was called a fire wagon, not a fire engine. And they would polish the brass and they'd paint as much as possible red and make sure that the tires on it, if they're wooden, they were painted black, so they distinguished the rig and they stood out. Red is one of the most attention-grabbing colors to the eye. It's associated with urgency, danger, and action. Perfect for a fire engine. Red also stands out in a sea of black cars. But there is a twist. Other colors have been proven to be more visible, like yellow and lime green. Red is linked to an emotional response. It raises the heart rate and signals urgency. It's tied to bravery, sacrifice, and danger, all qualities linked to firefighting. Seeing a red fire engine racing down the street conveys seriousness and authority. The color reinforces the heroic image of the firefighter. Over time, the color red has become the default color for emergency vehicles in our country. So some of the myths. One of the first ones is that red wasn't the cheapest color, it was the most expensive color and was used to show off. Another myth was that red was used to distinguish between the brass and the black tires, making it pop a little bit more. Finally, another myth was red is kind of more of folklore, but red was a protective color that protect them from the dangers of fire. Not all fire engines are red today. Some towns use yellow, white, or even blue for visibility. Yet, red still is the default icon color. Tradition, recognition, and symbology is still dominant worldwide for the color of a fire engine. And even though other colors might be more practical today, red fire engines remain one of the most recognizable and beloved symbols of safety and heroism. Have you ever thought about serving? If so, check us out on the web at www.sifire.org, or stop by one Wednesday night during our training, or send us an email at iwanttovolunteer@sifire.org, and we'll get you more information. In our next podcast, we'll discuss why volunteer fire stations aren't staffed 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Thanks for joining me today. Stay safe out there. We'll see you next time on the Sauby Island Fire District podcast.